This is WSLS 10 at 6.
Now at 6, Congress cuts it close, approving temporary funding for the Department of Homeland Security just 2 hours before the midnight deadline. But the battle on Capitol Hill isn't over. Plus, another company becomes a victim of a data breach, what the company is offering to protect your identity. And people took the plunge into freezing cold water today. How taking the cold water dive will benefit local athletes. Good evening, everyone, and thank you all for joining us at WSLS at 6. I'm Duke Carter. Well, Congress averts or at least delays a crisis late Friday evening after approving funding for the Department of Homeland Security just hours before the agency would have run out of money. But the extension is only for 1 week. NBC's Brian Moore has the latest.
With a little more than 2 hours to spare, Congress passed a funding bill that keeps the Department of Homeland Security and a bitter political battle running for another week.
It's putting Speaker Boehner in incredibly...
If Congress can't find a compromise, 30,000 workers will be furloughed and another 200,000 will continue to work without a paycheck. Well, leaders in the House and Senate came to a last-minute agreement on legislation aimed at tightening Virginia's ethics rules for public officials. The new ethics reform put a $100 cap on gifts lawmakers can accept, including meals, entertainment, and travel. Pressure to reform Virginia's ethics comes after the conviction of former Governor Bob McDonnell on corruption charges last year. Red Oaks College says its women's lacrosse team will forfeit 5 upcoming games after a hazing incident, according to athletic director Scott Allison. The incident involved coarse consumption of alcohol. The dean of students says the hazing happened earlier this month at an off-campus house and was later reported to the Salem Commonwealth's attorney's office. In addition to the forfeits, the team will also have a 1-game suspension for the captains, students' conduct probation, anti-hazing training, and community service. A Chesapeake man has been sentenced to the maximum of 53 years in prison for killing his mother's boyfriend. 36-year-old Ryan Martinez was sentenced Friday in Chesapeake Circuit Court. Back in November, Martinez entered an Alford plea to second-degree murder and 2 counts of concealing a body. Martinez was accused of killing 59-year-old Anthony Barone and hiding the bodies of Barone and his mother, 54-year-old Cindy Ellett. The victims' bodies were found inside a home in July of 2013. Duke University students will pay higher tuition bills next fall. They're coming big out of pocket. Check this out. Undergraduate tuition will be nearly $48,000. The total cost, including room, board, and fees, will almost be $63,300. Tuition for Duke's undergraduate and professional schools will go up an average of 4.4% next academic year. Pursuing an MBA will cost nearly $61,000, and a year of law school will cost $56,500, and medical school nearly $54,000. Wow, a lot of money there. Well, the car service company Uber announced Friday that its internal database suffered a security breach. Uber said the breach happened in May of last year, but was not disclosed until September. The company declined to comment about why the breach was not revealed until now. Uber says the names and license numbers of about 50,000 drivers were exposed. It also says no customer data Uber usernames, or passwords were accessed. Uber is providing a year of identity theft protection to drivers affected. Switching gears to your forecast, a sunny day could be across our area, but Alan, how are things looking out there? Would I have to worry about my hair getting wet? Thank you, Alan. Well, hundreds of people braved the cold elements and took a dive into frigid cold waters to make a difference and raise money for Special Olympics in Virginia. I took a look out there and spoke with some people, and they say, well, even though they wanted to take a look and get into those cold waters, it was all for a good cause.
High five, let's go! Give them guys high five, let's go!
People took a risk and went into frigid waters. Students in Montgomery County are celebrating Black History Month in a different way. Take a look at this. Workers from the Black History Awareness Club at Christiansburg High School held their annual Black History Quiz Bowl. Students from middle schools and high schools participate in a Jeopardy-style competition to learn about African American history. Organizers say they're glad students are learning more about American history.
A lot of our students do not realize where a lot of our inventions came from, or even some of the local history that takes place here with Christiansburg Institute. So we do have a category in our quiz bowl today that focuses on our local history, because we know there is a lot of local history here.
The winning teams were awarded cash prizes. Fuel prices are heating up and costing people more money to warm up their homes and fuel their cars. The reasons behind the increase in prices still ahead in the WSLS 10 Consumer Watch. Plus, tonight on NBC Nightly News, grief and widespread condemnation after the killing of Russia's most prominent opposition leader. And don't forget, when you see news happening, we want to hear from you. Trust me, we really do. Call us at 1-800-C-NEWS or email digital pictures to news@WSLS.com. And you can Facebook us at WSLS or tweet us at WSLS.